Think. Dimensional burst, fast flow.
And you fast forward.
Hey. Ripcord cracking in my skull like a cosmic blade. Mind twisting open in a war-born cascade. Thoughts split wide in a dimension mislaid. And I ride the fracture to the fears unmade. I'm a rift-born runner with a void cut spine. Memories spiraling across a broken timeline. I chase the echoes that were never mine and turn each crack to a new design. Reality shifted like a glitch torn tide. Space folds to move where the shadows hide. I step through chaos with a war-born stride and detonate down from the other side. My mind erupts like a black hole roar. Ripcord boiling to the circuit soar. I crush the fracture that became my lore and burst through worlds for something more.
Core, break the chain line, detonation through the brain. Tear the space inside your pain. Rise beyond the fractured plane. Crack the wood and spill the light. Cut the worlds and burn and fly. Detonate your fate tonight. Rift go rising out of sight.
Ripping through the rift core like a warhead thought. Mind detonation hitting harder than the fear I fought. I twist reality in a knot I never bought and blast my will from the chaos raw. Dimensional pressure crawling in my bones. Warp lines humming in electric tones. I crush the fracture where the dark condones and rise unbound from the broken zone. Space-time cracking in a spiral scream. Rift core bursting like a ruptured dream. I tear through worlds in a blinding beam and flip the void to my extreme. Mind detonation flies like a cosmic flame, shattering shadows that was new my name. I ride the rupture in a fearless frame and shape my fate without their claim. Every warped dimension becomes my stage. Rift core pulsing with a primal rage. I break the limits like a torn out page and crown myself the rift-born sage. Rift core,
ignite the tear of mine. Detonation everywhere. Fracture worlds you used to bear. Rise beyond what wasn't fair. Push the edges, split the seam. Warp the night and burn the dream. Detonate your silent scream. Rift core born in astral gleam. Rift core born in astral gleam. Rift core born in astral gleam. This is the Lardy bass and either legs. Yeah. It's all I know. Yeah. Hypermind screaming in my skull like a broken sun. Phase lines cracking as the circuits overrun. Thoughts combust fast with the shadow spun, and I push that collapse till the world's all one. I'm a phase war fighter with a mind untamed. Logic scattering in the cosmos framed. I crush the overload the past had claimed. To drag new future from the void I named. Synapse tremors racing in a glitch-born wave. Phase distortion dragging from the fears I gave. I twist the follow that I used to crave and burn collapse into something brave. Brain phase ruptures in a downward spin. Hyperpulse clone from the dark within. I grab the pressure like a second skin and break the fall till the rise begins. Hypermind, let it break. Phase collapse and shadows quake. Tear the fear for your own sake. Rise from ruins, you awake. Crack the moment, split the strain. Phase collapse but not in vain. Hyper fire in your brain. Burn the dark and cut the chain. Hypermind, let it, yeah. Now I'm ripping through the phases like a meltdown fuse. Hypermind detonating every fear I lose. I flip each fracture till the world's diffused and break the rules I refuse to choose. Phase collapse, roaring in a quantum flare. Mental chambers floating in electric air. A guide down, wobble for the cursor stare. And mold the chaos till it fits my lair. Hyperpulse turning in a gravity spin. Logic drifting where the cracks begin. I force the fragments into discipline and twist collapse to the shape I'm in. Mindstorm bowling in a cosmic dive. Phase collapsing to stay alive. I drag the ruins into which I thrive and bend the fall till the light survive. Every collapse I hit becomes my high. Hypermind forging in a blinding light. I crush the shadows that fed my night and rise, ascend, it fades away. Hypermind, let it break. Phase collapse and shadows quake. Tear the fear for your own sake. Rise from ruins, you awake. Crack the moment, split the strain. Phase collapse but not in vain. Hyper fire in your brain. Burn the dark and cut the chain. Hypermind, let it break. Hypermind, let it break. Hypermind, let it break. Rocky duck, don't tuck the chain. Hypermind, let it break.
Eclipse of lean, cut into my soul like a shadow blade. Like collapsing in the void with my heart beat straight. I drift through darkness in a crossroad fade, but I twist that night till the dawn gets made. I'm a rebirth born fighter with an eclipse marked chest. Half in the shadows, half in cosmic unrest. I break the silence of the dark compressed and climb the void to reclaim my quest. Sunline's trembling in a fractured glow. Eclipse shadows pulling where the dark winds blow. I trace the radiance very far below and drag it upward till the fractures grow. My pulse cross slow through an eclipse born tide. Darkness pressing into every side. I bend the dust till the worlds collide and rise transcendent from the scars I hide.
Rise transcending into light. Rebirth burning through the fight. Cast your shadow out of sight. Break the dark from where you fell. Shine through every dying spell. Rebirth rising from the shell. eclipse and then you live to tell.
Now I'm treasure in the darkness like a dawn unleashed. Eclipse line breaking where the shadows cease. Stop tear through voidscapes like a star released and flare reborn from an endless feast. Radiant pressure, bullying in the wild one spin. Transcendent fire tearing through skin. I fuse the darkness with the light within and rewrite fate from the place I've been. Eclipse cracking in a molten roar. Sunlit shards puddle every pore. I break the night like a ruptured door and burst through fear like a meteor core. My soul ignites in the celestial climb. Rebirth closer to the ruined time. I bend the shadow in the
Listo, bueno.
Se murió. Me quedé con el target.
Switcha. Switcha.
Hoy lo hacemos conch.
Switcha. Switcha.
dimension vein pulsing in my chest like a warp lifeline. Stripping through my arteries in the astral shine. Reality flickers with the shadows intertwine. And I twist that flow to the
Bueno,
past.
me siento arriba ñucano, pero.
Every dying spell, rebirth rising from the shell, eclipse and then you live to tell. Cycle spiral spinning in my skull like a ruptured storm. Thoughts collide sideways as the fractures form. My mind breaks loose from the cage I wore, and I twist that chaos till the void takes form. I'm a breach born fighter with a spiral core, containment shattering across the mental floor. I'll push the meltdown into something more, into the locks on the shadows door. Brainwaves contort in a frenzied loops like a pulse is whipping in a violent swoop. I ride the menace like a battle troop and flip the dread till the barriers drew. Containment cracking in a jagged slide, spiral pressure clawing from the fear inside. I grasp the panic I used to hide and breach the walls when my walls collide. Cycle spiral, break the seal, breach the dark you used to feel. Rip the walls you thought were real, take the mind you tried to heal. Twist the pressure through the night, spin the chaos in the light. Breach containment in your fight, rise through spiral, burning bright. Cycle spiral, fight, cycle spiral, fight, cycle spiral, fight, cycle spiral, cycle spiral, cycle spiral. Now I'm bounding through the spiral like a feral quake. Psycho energy snapping as the tensions break. I ride the breach in the firestorm wake and crush the chaos that the shadows make. Thought trails shredding in a vortex surge, cycle ripples flooding in a violent purge. I spin through dreads and my past diverge and breathe new strength from the fears I merge. Ain't erupt in a hellborn swing, spiral fracture echoing through everything I pull. The menace like a sharpened ring and crown the breach is the power I bring. My mind ascends in a glitch cut, climb past storms rising in a fractured rhyme. I bend the break in the warp timeline and rip the void till it's redesigned. Every spiral break becomes my pride, cycle pressure turning as my guide. I breach the systems with a dark complied and rise unleashed, unqualified. Cycle spiral, fight, I go spiral, fight, I go spiral, fight, I go spiral, cycle spiral, cycle spiral. Cycle spiral, tear the cage, breach the fear that fed your rage, spin into a higher stage, break the lock and disengage, shatter silence deep within, twist the madness you've been in, breach the night and shed the skin, spiral born, begin again.
Hey, neural singularity pulling in my mind like a black hole breath. Thoughts collapsing within the gravity depth. Memory crushed tight in a spiral mesh, but I ride the collapse till it feels refreshed. I'm a mind warp breaker with a class built spine. Logic bending in the cosmic grind. I form new pathways, the worlds align. And carve my break trails through the grand design. Cortex stricken like a dying star. Neuron niggas floating from afar. I crush that pressure into who we are. Return the collapse to my avatar. My brain implodes in a rift-born spin. Singularity sucking all the chaos in. I twist the gravity beneath my skin and bend the void to where I begin.
Singularity has begun. Break trail rising while you run. Drag the void into the sun. Crush the shadow, fold the line. Pull the pain into design. Singularity made divine. Break trail born from your decline.
Person, hey, or even faster. Now I'm pressing for from the singularity like a warborn flare. Neural gravity snapping as I to the air. I shoot through darkness so the void lays bare and carve my trail to the world out there. Mind expanding in a shockwave rise. Send up streaks sliding like electric skies. I break the fields where the darkness lies and burn my echo till the old self dies. Singularity breaking in a starline scream. Neural puzzle weaving in a cosmic stream. I push the fragments with a blazing beam and crafting truth from a shattered dream. Cortex whooping in a godlike turn. Memories shifting in a spiral burn. I break the time with the moves I learn and rising born as the fates adjourn. Every rupture sparks the path I chase. Never storms bending in the shape I trace. I punch through chaos in a boundless pace and break your forward void replace.
Break to rising while you run. Drag the void into the sun. Touch the shadow for the light. Pull the pain into return. Singularity may take on. Break trail rise on while you run. Crush the shadow for the light. Pull the pain into design. Singularity may define. Break trail born from your decoy. Oh, fall into one. Singularity has begun. They me want the girl, Cranial rift warp tearing through my mind like a stubborn break. Thoughts bending sideways in a warping quake. My skull cracks open in a dimension's wake, and I ride that shift to the shadow shake. I'm a rift walk soldier with a cortex flame. Synapse mutating every time they call my name. I test the fissure where the voids became and climb that warp to reclaim my frame. Neural flashes twisting in a spiral glow. Brainwaves floating where the fractures flow. High brace the rupture in a cosmic throw and warp the fear that I used to know. Cranial circuits trembling in the shifting tide. Rifts forming portals where the worlds collide. I drag those fractures to my weapon side and rise, ascending in the void, born stride. Tap the line, warp the fear you left behind. Ascendance rising through the mind. Break the space you used to find. Shift the edges where you fall. Bend the dark that held you small. Warp ascension through it all. Climb beyond the cranial wall. Now I'm ripping through the rift warp like a lightning seam. Cranial fractures firing in a lucid beam. I claw through worlds like awakened dreaming. Push the warp to the self-extreme. Brainwaves sparking in the chaos flare. Warp lines twisting in an astral snare. I crash through limits that were never fitted. Drag my fate from the fractured air. Board change channels to the warp won't spin. Dimensions cracking when my fights begin. I grab the tremors very deep within it. Force ascension from the war I win. Yo, rift warp echoes flooding through my skull. Pressure bending where the void is full. I pull the darkness like a gravitational pull and shift my shape till the universe stalls. Separate warp, I break becomes my rise. Cranial fire, tearing thick skies. I'm ascending higher wither than something and cross the tear. Mind amplified. Yeah. Every warp break becomes my rise. Cranial fire tearing through the skies. I ascend higher where the old self dies and cross the tear, mind amplified. Every warp break becomes my rise.